Hello, everyone. A very warm welcome to Marketing the Invisible. This is Tom Poland, beaming out to you from on the sand at Little Castaways Beach on the Sunshine Coast of Queensland, Australia. Today I've got Pat Helmers with me. Pat, where are you hanging out? Welcome, and where are you hanging out?
I am in the west suburbs of Chicago, Illinois, in the United States.
Chicago, Illinois. And for those of you who haven't heard of Pat, he's got an award-winning podcast called Sales Babble, as opposed to Bubble, selling secrets for non-sellers. And we don't want the sales bubble to pop, but we might want to get rid of the babble. He's also an international business consultant for technology startups, which is very interesting. And other companies that produce new products and services and then want to scale up their business. He's the author of Selling with Confidence, that sales system. And he's, as I said, also the host of the award-winning Sales Babble podcast. The title today, Pat, is How to Stop the Sales Babble. And can I add a subtitle, something like How to Start Selling Simply and Honestly?
Right. I think that'd be a great title.
Okay, and we're going to do that in just
how to be a straight shooter and really help people.
Sounds like a plan. We're going to do that all in just 7 minutes. Our time starts now. So, Pat, tell us who your ideal client is.
My ideal client are people who are starting businesses or companies who have already been started, but they're developing a new product or a new service. My background is specifically in technology, and technology companies are the focus best for me.
Right. And so question 2 is, what problem do you solve for them?
Well, the thing about startups is that often people have a passion about something, like they're software developers or maybe they're inventors of something, and they're all about that. And they know the science extremely well. But one thing they don't have a passion about is growing revenue, is selling, picking the phone up, sending out lots of emails, talking to people, doing market research, all those kinds of things. So invariably, a lot of people they keep working on their product, and then they wonder why is it that nobody buying this? It's because they're not really selling it. So what I try to do is to teach them a little bit about the selling isn't as painful as you think it might be. And selling is actually something that you may find and enjoy, because what you're really doing is sharing this amazing invention, this amazing thing that you have, and making the world a better place.
So if someone needs what you've got,
Yep.
What are some of the symptoms they're going to be experiencing other than they don't have many sales?
Well, that's a lot, because they think about what that means. They don't have any sales. That means that they're burning money. They're burning cash. They may very well have put employees on staff. I've seen that, and they're being faced with laying people off.
Ouch.
Yeah. The other thing too is that the product they have, the few people that are using it, it's really not getting any better because they're not getting feedback. That's one of the great things about getting it in front of people, a product in front of people, is they'll be free beta testers for you. They'll find all kinds of faults in that. This breaks for a lot of sleepless nights.
Yeah.
People get really frustrated. I've seen people really anguished. I've seen people close their businesses down. What do they say? 9 out of 10 startups go out of business
within 5 years. Yeah, something like that.
It's pretty painful. Yeah. So.
Okay, 4.5 minutes left. Thank you. So someone is kind of stuck. They're not making enough sales. They're passionate about their product. It could be pretty good thing they've got, but the world's best kept secret. And they've got these symptoms: the anxiety, the lack of sales, and so on. Maybe laying people off. Then they think, all right, I'm going to take action. Question 4 is, what are some of the common mistakes people make when trying to solve this problem before they get to your solution?
What they do is they invent a solution before finding what the problem is. That's it. Bottom line. If they had gone out and done some market research, and by market research, I'm not talking, it doesn't have to be fancy clipboards or an online survey. It could be just talking to people who might potentially buy your things and ask them about their lives. What are the things they're struggling with? What are the challenges that they're having with their companies or in their lives? And they'll tell you. And then you can kind of see whether or not any of those problems that they have, where are you on that list? Are you up here or are you down here? Or maybe you're not on there at all. You'll learn so much. You'll learn so much about that.
So failure to find out what the marketplace wants. That's one mistake. Any others that come to mind?
That is actually that is the fundamental problem that people Because if they don't understand exactly the value that they're bringing to their customers and able to articulate that in what we call a value proposition, they're never going to sell this stuff. They're never going to be successful.
Okay. 3 minutes left. Question 5. What is one valuable free action that an audience member could implement that will take them a step closer to solving the problem? Even if they might need someone like you for the whole solution, it's just a step that's going to help them.
Great founders and great sellers have HEAT, and it's an acronym, HEAT, and it stands for be helpful, be helpful with helping people understand their problems and how to solve them, whether you can or not. The second one is to be astute, which be empathetic. That's an E, we're going too fast here. It's empathetic. Actually care that this is hurting them. That be genuinely involved in them and want to help fix their problems. The third one is astute. That means understand their businesses better than they do, so that you can connect the dots and show them ways that they can solve these problems, and probably in a way they may have never thought about it in the past. And then the fourth one, the T, is tenacious. Keep following up with people, keep following up, and keep following up. If you meet somebody in a networking meeting, you get their card, you send them an email, keep sending an email. Do it at least 8 to 10 times. And if you do that, you're going to be far, far more successful in sales than otherwise. HEAT, helpful, empathetic, astute, tenacious.
Thank you. 1 minute, 40 seconds left. Question 6. One valuable free resource that you could direct people to that will further help with this problem.
Salesbabble.com.
Salesbabble.com. Check out
that
the podcast.
That is my podcast. And
check out the podcast.
If you go on iTunes, I was just looking the other day, it's like number 8. If you type in sales podcast, we're like number 8.
Wow.
We've been doing it for 3-4 years. We're on the 226th episode right now. In fact, Tom was a guest on Sales Babble.
Dang, that's right, I was too. And you still came back to talk to me. That doesn't happen very often. All right, so we got a minute left, Pat.
Yep.
What's the one question that I should have asked you that I didn't? And the answer, if you would.
I think the one question you asked that you didn't was, if you could kind of like sum up selling all in one thing, what would that be? And
Great question.
And the way I see it is kind of, it's a paradoxical statement that the best way to sell is to not sell. Instead of being focused on getting the deal and closing the deal, focus on helping them. And if you help them and they see the value in what you're trying to provide them, they'll buy. They'll offer to buy. They'll put their hands up and buy. Sell by not selling.
I love that mind shift, because it just turns our traditional idea of selling on its head and says, we're just going to see how many people we can help.
Yep.
Beautiful. Pat Helmers, thanks so much for your time.
Tom, thanks for having me as a guest. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for checking out our Marketing the Invisible podcast. If you like what we're doing here, please head over to iTunes to subscribe, rate us, and leave us a review. It's very much appreciated. And if you want to generate 5 fresh leads in just 5 hours, then check out www.5hourchallenge.com.